Okay, so the RIP, which is basically an acronym for the Resurgent Indian Patriots, this is one of the books I had a lot of fun writing. Several reasons. One was that, like I mentioned, I like to think that I am profiling the times we live in. I like to write about issues happening around us. So RIP talks about corruption in India. Political, bureaucratic, all kinds of corruption. Very contemporary, very live in the national mind, media and conscious today. And I needed to do it in a thriller format. I also was very clear that this book I would write at least twice the speed. The story would move at least twice the speed. This is one of the benchmarks I had set for myself, that I am going to make sure that this story moves at twice the speed as the previous book. So it was huge fun making sure that literally at every half page, one team is trying to score a goal in the other team. It was great fun. And the technical construct for this one was really high. Because in brief, RIP is about a group of ex-paracommandos, 6 of them. They are called K-team because all their names begin with K. And therein lies a tale too. Because you know, the names began with K because the principal character, his name is Krishna Athavale. Now, why Krishna? Because, you know, if you see when evil starts flourishing on earth, God returns. So Krishna was back in this form, that of a soldier. Now, K-team decides that they are going to tackle this problem of corruption by taking the battle to the people who were corrupt and killing a few of them. And they do this in tandem with a particular movement which is raging through the country, which is led by civil rights activists. So they are executing this strike in tandem with those. There's no collusion between these two forces, but they are doing it in tandem to try and get people to act. So that's K-team for you. Stopping them obviously is the CBI, which has been tasked by the Home Minister personally. Now also for certain vested reasons, the Home Minister decides that he does not want the K-team to be taken alive. So he also deploys another rogue paracommando who then goes in with his own strike team to bring down the K-team. So we have 3 sets of people, the K-team, the rogue paracommandos and the police, the CBI. And they are in a neck-to-neck race. There's lots of stuff happening. And there is a human interest factor because there's a television news anchor, there are 2 children, and there's a lot of personal story and personal history between the 2 paracommandos, the good guys and the good team and the bad team. And I also enjoyed writing this book because the K team, the so-called good guys, are the ones who are vigilantes. So they are definitely doing wrong stuff, which is killing people. So, like I mentioned, I don't want people to be good or bad. I want people to understand that people are neither good nor bad. Sometimes good people, for whatever the intention, can do bad stuff. And the rogue paracommando who's working for money is actually working to stop them. So he's technically doing the right thing. So I loved writing this book. I loved the journey. So it's a work of fiction. I've just again used events happening around us to draw attention to the issue of corruption in the country, but do it in a thrilling manner. See, we have been suffering this problem for as long as we've been suffering anything else, right? Corruption is a very deep-seated and endemic problem in a country like ours. So it has been frustrating, it has been very irritating all these while, and a lot of things brought this whole issue to boil. And like the Lashkar series, there was a lot of anger and frustration which went behind this book. That why can our society not change? Why can our leaders not be a little cleaner? One doesn't want Mr. Squeaky clean there, but this is blatant. The country has been raped systematically since independence. So I thought that issue required to be told, and like I mentioned, I always use a thriller format because more people then read it. But I do not advocate vigilantism, I do not advocate violence, I've lived by the gun, I know how painful it is. So it's just a thriller, that's it. Oh, okay. This was very clear. I wanted readers to feel the thrill of this three-cornered battle. And it is a very fast-moving book. I mean, yesterday when this book was released, there was a gentleman in the audience who said he picked up this book at 8 o'clock in the evening. And at 10:15, he put it down, done. He said, I did not even get up from the chair for those 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I was not skip reading. He actually recited certain things which had happened, including the page numbers. He said it was so fast moving. And for me, that is all I wanted the reader to feel, the thrill of the hunt. It's Krishna Athavale, the good guy. It's Raghav Bhagat, the bad paracommando, so-called rogue paracommando. There's Vinod Bedi, the CBI director. There's Reena Bhagat, who is a television news anchor. She is the separated wife of Raghav Bhagat, the rogue paracommando, and she meets Krishna Athavale, so there's a possible love connection there. And that's how the whole plot churns. Every character in every book, there's some things you keep in mind when you create the character. I keep in mind. One is, what is the character required to do? Whatever it is that they are required to do to complete the story, their own characters have to be in conformity with that. That's one. Secondly, the character has to generally, people should be able to relate with him or her. And thirdly, no character should be all white or all black. There have to be shades of grey. There has to be some complexity, some conflict, which is why a character becomes interesting. Just imagine if you had a villain who was driven by pure greed. How interesting is that character for you? But if you had a villain who, in addition to that, was involved with the education of his children and giving them tuition and all that kind of thing, then you are putting together a complete human being. He's not only doing bad stuff. The guy actually comes home to sit down with his 7-year-old and do tuition with them, homework with them. So character has to be complex. You have to have the reader relate to some aspect of that character, and the character has to complete a function. Day before at Jaipur, when we were doing the release of RIP, there were several people who came up to me when they were talking, and they mentioned that they loved the character of Captain Raghav Bhagat, the rogue paracommando. Now he is a guy who does a lot of bad stuff in the book, but they love the character because the character had some parts which are amazingly attractive. So he was a so-called villain in the book, but he had some great stuff which he was doing. So that's why all characters are constructed based on need, complexity, and being able to relate with them. That's the way I do it. Always there. So in RIP, Krishna Athavale is a good guy. He's very patriotic, but he does illegal stuff. He goes around killing people. So, like I mentioned, no good people or bad people. There are people who do good stuff, there are people who do bad stuff. So that's where the fun of the book is, right? And if the character can be related to, or if you relate to the character when reading about him, then you got the reader hooked to the book. And that's the fun of a storyteller.